What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a Sunday at the Racing Dudes YouTube channel. Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. Just Papa Dude and I today. Magic obviously gone on Sundays. He does have a bet, so don't worry. We do have a bet from Magic as well. All right, Papa Dude, you ready to roll?
I'm ready.
All right.
It's staying warm here in Joplin, Missouri.
Really what bad. Is it, like minus 15, minus 20?
Wind chill, yeah.
Yeah.
It was -5 regular temperature when I went out at 8 o'clock this morning. So
yeah,
pretty cold. The wind isn't blowing quite as hard today as it was yesterday, so that's good.
Yeah, it was definitely miserable here. So if you don't live in this part of the country, just be happy today, and it's pretty bad. Yeah. We saw 2 blowout games. I think one game with the Chiefs, we kind of figured that was kind of how that would go.
Yeah.
What about your pick of the Texans? Ended up being a crushing pick. They're very good. The Texans, as an underdog, dominate the Browns quickly. What do you think about that game?
Well, I didn't get to watch it. I wasn't home.
That's true.
Very surprised it was that one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Very surprised. Did Cleveland give it to him? Did they turn it over a lot, or did they just get dominated?
Yeah, Flacco had a couple of picks when the game was still really close. So it was, I mean, one was a pick 6, and one might as well have been a pick. Yeah. Ran all the way back to like the 10, 15-yard line, then they scored. Yeah. So
well, Houston's an up-and-coming team, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a great win for them in what has been a great season.
Yeah, yeah. I think with Flacco, we kind of talked about it on our show Thursday. The bubble's gonna burst at some point, and I think it just finally did. But part of the problem was all the pressure was kind of put on him because they got behind and they just felt like they had to throw, and then that's kind of what happened. So
the season finally caught up with them.
Yep, absolutely. But you know what? I'm kind of happy the Texans won. They are a fun team to watch for sure.
Sure.
All right, let's get to today. Packers and the Cowboys kick us off. Remember, the Bills Steelers postponed till tomorrow. I don't know if you've seen footage of what's going on in Buffalo. I'm not sure they're going to play tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. But let's talk about the 2 games today. Packers, Cowboys. Cowboys are 7-point favorites. Total sits at 50.5 for this one. Who you got to kick us off?
Well, first of all, I know you're not on social media.
Mm-mm.
But I can't believe these idiots that are condemning Buffalo and the NFL and the governor of New York for not having this game today.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What
I've saw some footage on television just kind of covering the game. And like, I don't know how many people could make it to the game if it was today.
How could you make it home?
Yeah.
Why would you have a game in these kind of conditions?
Yeah.
When you're going to endanger so many lives, people don't need to be out on the roads in Buffalo going to a football game. They have no choice. They had to call this off today. So wake up, people. Come on. We're not soft. It has nothing to do with that.
Well, they were talking. I've seen people be like, well, they played in Kansas City.
Yeah,
but there was no snow. It was just cold.
Snow.
Yeah, and if it was just cold today in Buffalo, they would be playing.
Oh, there's no question they would.
Yeah.
I mean, it was questionable that they should have played last night in Kansas City, but like you said, the fans could get home and could get to the game.
Yes.
You know, there wasn't a travel ban. There's a travel ban. Okay, we're going to just lift that so we can play a football game.
And as somebody that has experienced lake effect snow, been stuck in Buffalo, trust me when I say there's snow and there's lake effect snow, and they're 2 very different things. And when the lake effect snow happens, it just doesn't let up. It doesn't stop. So
Dennis, you're condemning them. When did they play in worse conditions 40 years ago? That's what I want to know. When?
Well, listen. Dennis has never been in lake effect snow in Buffalo. I have. It is extremely dangerous. It stuck. We got stuck for a while.
Yeah.
I remember
that night. You couldn't find a place to stay. You couldn't drive. It was awful.
My brother-in-law was texting me. He said, just kind of follow the semis. I said, the semis are going off the road because we don't know what's the road and what's not the road. And to be honest, the exit we got off of, we didn't know if we were on that exit or not. You couldn't see right in front of your face, number one. And number two, it got like 8-9 inches of snow in like 30 minutes. And like you couldn't see the roads. It was the scariest thing I've ever been involved in. Seriously.
Canceling a football game for safety reasons is not being soft.
No.
It's being smart.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's time we woke up and realized we're not being soft when we don't play a game in these conditions.
Sometimes you learn from past mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? So
you don't want to have a 55 car pileup.
No.
Because of the snow.
No.
You just don't. So anyway, Packers and Cowboys. Okay. This game probably should have been the night game last night because they have a dome. But anyway, we've covered that too. I like the Cowboys a lot in this game. They're so good at home. They're much better than Green Bay. There's no way Green Bay can line up and play with them. They can't. They're not as good as they are. The only way Green Bay can stay in this game is if Dallas pulls to Dallas and helps them. If they don't, I think they covered this. I like the Cowboys. I just don't think the Packers are good enough to beat them.
I think that was kind of my take on it as well. And you know, again, I was getting texts this morning being like, listen, Green Bay, I think, you know, who loses games more than Dallas that they should win? I was like, okay, that's a fair point, but I just have to look at it for what it is. Dallas has been a better team than Green Bay all year long. Green Bay making the playoffs was pretty surprising. I mean, I think you have to consider this a successful season for them. Yeah. However, Dallas has been tremendous at home all year long as well. And their offense has been Jekyll and Hyde. At home, it's been really hard to stop them. On the road, a little bit different situation. I think all the factors lean towards Dallas here. So I'm with you. I'm on the Cowboys as well.
Me too. I usually don't bet a 7-point spread in an NFL game.
Yeah.
I usually bet against it. Not this time. I think the Cowboys cover.
Yeah. Now, this would be hilarious, and Curtis brings it up, says Mike McCarthy losing to Green Bay is one of the funniest things possible. Definitely. Yeah. And I think that's why some people are picking them, and I think that's why some people kind of think, well, that would just kind of be the most McCarthy thing ever, right? And it would be. I can't argue that. Yeah.
I don't think Mike McCarthy is going to control this game. It's number 4 for Dallas.
I was going to say, I think Dak is the key. If he takes care of the ball, doesn't turn it over, I think they're going to win pretty easily. Yeah.
I think he will control the game. If he plays well, Dallas wins. And that has nothing to do with Mike McCarthy.
No, no, not a thing. All right, Rams and Lions. I think everybody, at least coming into today, thinks that this is going to be the more competitive of the two games. Maybe not everybody. I shouldn't say that, but Vegas does. It's a 3-point spread here in this one. Lions are 3-point favorites here at home against the Rams. Total sitting at 52.5. Day 2 of the battle between LA and Detroit. Detroit won the battle last night. They beat the Kings. Can the Lions beat the Rams? What do you think?
Well, I think, this is the logical upset, I think. There usually is an upset in these first round. I think this one's the most logical. I think Detroit is better. I do, but the Rams are playing great. And they're on a roll. They're not going to be afraid of them. They're well coached. I picked the Rams to win. Definitely go the Rams +3. I think they're going to beat them because I just am not sold on Detroit whether they can win this game. They got a lot of pressure on them. They'll be ready to play. I wouldn't bet a bunch of money on it though. I'm not that confident. In other words, it's not going to be one of my best bets today.
Well, no, me neither. Curtis and Mark both kind of brought it up. Great storyline here. Stafford versus Goff, of course, the big trade and what that led to for the Rams, a Super Bowl. And now I guess what it's led to for the Lions, they're actually in the playoffs. They've been a good team 2 years in a row now. They were a pretty good team last year towards the end of the season. But, like Curtis says, this is another situation where if the Lions lose this game, it's like, oh, that's so Lion. That's so Detroit, right? That's, and I think at the end of the day, the last couple of weeks, the Rams have really impressed me. So I'm going to take the Rams plus the 3. I think this is going to be a very tight game, come down to the end of it. I don't know if the Rams are going to win or not, but I like the underdog in this one. So I'm with you. Give me the Rams tonight. And yeah, this could be an all-time, before you go to bed tonight, just laughing that McCarthy lost to Green Bay and Detroit lost to the Rams. I mean, that would to Stafford and the Rams. Yeah, be crazy. All right, well, what's that?
Gonna be a good day. Can't get outside much. It's gonna be a fun day to watch.
It's a great day to just sit at home. There's no doubt about it. All right, which I think we're all going to be doing. Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. We'll end with this. Both played last night. Red Wings got a win. Maple Leafs blew a 3-0 lead and lost to the Avalanche. But the Maple Leafs are at home. They're minus 195. Total sits at 6.5. Who you got in this one?
This is a toughie.
I thought so too.
I think Detroit can go in there and win this game. I really do. The Leafs have got to be down a little bit after that last night, don't you think?
Yes.
Plus, you play Colorado and have to turn around and play it again the next day. That's kind of tough to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Red Wings in an upset today in Toronto.
All right, you're doing it. You're taking the Red Wings. I don't hate that pick. Listen, Toronto was well on their way to a decisive win over a very good team last night and blew it. I mean, totally blew the game. Thankful for me because I did bet the Avalanche. But end of the day, I do think Toronto's going to bounce back here and play a lot better. I'm taking Toronto, and I'm taking the over on the total. I think it goes over that 6.5. But Red Wings, they're a sneaky team. So if you want to play a plus money game, that's not the worst in the world.
I like the play of going the over too, because these two teams can put the puck in the net for sure.
Yeah, they absolutely can. Yeah. All right, let's keep it going here to the race of the day. We're going to go to Santa. If I could talk, we're going to go to Santa Anita for this one here today. It's one of maybe the only stakes race of the day here on this Sunday. Pretty good card at Santa Anita. It's probably where the best racing is, but we're going to go all the way to race number 7 here. We're going downhill on the turf. The Lost Synagogue Stakes, a 6.5 furlong race, like I said, on the turf here, downhill turf, $100,000 the purse. This is a toughie, Papa Dude. Who you like?
Yeah, you might say so. Does the downhill turf matter?
Of course.
Okay. Are these horses downhill turf horses?
Most of them have tried it. Some of them have not, but most of them, are experienced on it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with an upset.
Okay.
I think the best horse, the logical choice is the 9, Elm Drive. But I'm going to go with the 5, Kissed by Fire. It's been running really well, coming off 2 straight wins. Hasn't been at this level, but it's logical to take the jump. Won an allowance at Santa Anita in October by 2.25. Logical to move it on up to this one. So I'm going to go with an upset at 8-1, Kissed by Fire.
All right, you're going to go with an upset there of Kissed by Fire, the 5 horse. I don't hate that one. I've got that one third in this one, so I get it. I am going to go with the number 9, Elm Drive in this spot. This horse was ran 3 times on the turf. 2 of them have been on the downhill. One was a win in a stakes race. One was a second-place effort, lost by a head in a stakes race going down the hill, and then stretched out to a mile, didn't do much, but a much tougher race last time out in the Matriarch at Del Mar. Got 7th, but only beaten 3 to some really good ones. I think getting Pratt back aboard in this situation here and, getting back to the course this horse loves, I'm going to go number 9, Elm Drive on top. I think she's going to be tough. I think she'll sit a pretty good trip. Maybe a similar trip to what Rose Maddox got yesterday. A really nice win there. Magic was very concise with his pick today. Okay. He went with number 7, Wakanaka, and it was it was a very, very easy. I'm trying to find it here. His explanation. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. First start of the career on the turf. First start of the career on the downhill turf course. And first start for a new trainer. He said, I've never picked her. I'm going to pick her here. I think she will love the downhill course. So number 7, Wakanaka for me. So for Magic.
I don't know much about downhill,
Well, I mean, it's definitely. So, have you never watched a downhill race at
I
Santa Anita?
have, because I remember the only thing I know about downhill is Jim Rome had the horse
Hmm.
that made it to the Breeders' Cup one time, and something like that on downhill. Right? Did they have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Ms. Direction was her name, and
Yes.
there's a race named after her that Elm
Yeah.
Drive actually won. But anyway, she was a specialist down the hill. Yeah,
Yeah. That's the only
loved it.
thing I know about downhill.
And they got lucky. The Breeders' Cup was at Santa Anita, like maybe
Okay.
3 years in a row when she was racing, and they would
Uh-huh.
run the turf sprint down the hill back then.
Okay.
And then boom, she would definitely
Yeah.
win. Very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yep. So yeah, it's definitely going to be. Uh, it's a course. If you're there live, it's so much fun. It's
Do
so
they
much fun.
run it often? Yeah. Do they do that often?
So back when they were having the horse troubles, they took it away, but they brought it back. It was
Okay.
more of a PR move. They probably run. Oh, it just depends on the week. 3 or 4 or 5 races a week on
Oh,
it,
they
I would
do.
say.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They start way back. You can see them, but it's way back, and it is up on a big hill. And when they are coming down that hill, it's almost like watching horses run down like a mountain. I mean, it's not a mountain, but
Yeah.
it's almost like for a second you're like they're just out in the wild, and then they
Is it
obviously.
unique to Santa Anita?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yep, yep.
So it's
It
not
is.
run anywhere else?
No, mm-mm,
Okay.
no. No, not anywhere else. So yeah, it's
Okay.
very fun to watch them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, horses that like it, you want to definitely single them out. So,
Okay.
all right, you're on the 5. I'm on the 9. Magic's on the 7.
Well,
So we're all 3 on different
I
horses.
may change my mind because you kind of told me that 9 really likes it. I'm not sure the 5 does. So
Well, just because the 5's never been on it doesn't mean the horse isn't going to like it, though. That's the
now,
thing.
Wakanaka, I had that horse picked second. Has that horse ever been on it?
Wakanaka, no.
Okay, but Magic thinks that horse will like that.
The speculation from Magic and from a couple of others is they really think the hill was meant for Wakanaka. It favors closers, and she comes from out of it. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of people think that this is going to be good for her. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I don't know, but that was what Magic said. So
Okay.
you never know till they get on it, though. So
All right.
all right. Okay. So Magic will go with his first. He's not here, but he does have a bet here. He's going to go Santa Anita race for the number 4, Dial a Friend. Now, his Laurel Park horse did get scratched. So this was a kind of a makeshift second choice for him here, but this is on his best bet page. He says for Dial a Friend, he said, read this word for word. I said, okay, Pratt on a Miller juiced up speed demon. Wins for fun at 3 to 5 if we're lucky. That was his comment on this one.
Whoa.
So Magic gonna go.
He is sure of this one.
He seems very sure of this one
Yes,
today.
he does.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. So Santa Anita race for number 4 for Magic. Whoops, not yours yet. I'm going to go Gulfstream Park race 7, the number 4 as well. Karya, I guess is how you'd say his name. Karya. Yeah, we'll go with that. Gulfstream Park race 7, number 4. This filly last time out moved over the synthetic surface for her second race, got a win by 3/4 of a length. Irad jumped aboard that day. He's back aboard again today. I think that's a good sign for Mark Cassie. Doesn't ride a lot for Cassie, but when he does, they usually run pretty well. So I'm going to go Gulfstream Park race 7, the number 4. All right, Papa Dude, you've been on a roll. Can you keep it up? Let's go.
Yeah, a little struggle today. Couldn't find a whole lot because there are not a lot of college basketball. Thank God. My gosh, I like to never got through all those games yesterday. Saturdays are done. You know what? I started trying to do them on Friday night because I knew there were so many, but for some reason, the odds weren't up on ESPN or Bovada, and usually they are the night before. So I had to wait and do everything yesterday, but that's okay. I'm pretty good, pretty high on this bet as well. UAB plays Florida Atlantic today, and I think this is too big a spread. Over the years, UAB has traditionally been a good, strong mid-major program. They got off to kind of a bad start this year, but they are on a roll. They've won 5 in a row. And Florida Atlantic is kind of one of those Cinderella teams from last year that got off to a really good start. and they have an impressive win or two. They went to Arizona and beat them. But in the last 4 games, they're just 2-2, and they have not played very well in one of their wins as well. So they're struggling a little bit. UAB goes in there today. They're not going to be afraid of them. They're playing really well, and I think 15.5 is too many for them to I think it's too big a spread for Florida Atlantic to cover. So I'm going UAB.
So this game's already going on? What are you talking
shoot.
about?
It is. Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Look what you've done. Well, the Owls are up 6 and the spread's 15.5.
Go bet it right now, folks. You're not going to
get a better line on
them. Shoot. I didn't catch it. Well, let me see. Maybe I need to go to another one.
Well, no, it's too late now. You're locked into this one.
Also like the Timberwolves against the Clippers.
Oh, Clippers are up 20 already.
No, they're not. They're 2-point underdogs at home. This is a team with one of the best records in basketball. You're always going to take that kind of team at home.
Okay, so that game does start at 6:00. So if you want to bet that one, you got time. Yeah, Timberwolves. Yeah, they are +2 right now against the Clippers.
My second best.
So, yeah. Okay.
The other one I like third, Dallas -7 over Green Bay.
All right. Well, if you want to go bet live this game, UAB and Florida Atlantic, it's 16-10, 11 minutes left first half. So
there's a long way to go then.
I would say, let me see if I can get a live line for everybody here if they want to go bet this game. I'm sure there is one.
You ain't going to get any value at this point.
Okay, right now UAB is +16. So you can get a half point better than what Papa Dude has this game at right now. So go right now if you want to bet.
Oh, yeah. Go do it.
+16.
They've only gone up a half a point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Sylvia, +16.
Go get it.
Yep. 16-10. So there you go.
I feel better about things then. I feel a lot better. I thought it'd be 20 or 22.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I think no. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the picks today. I'm going to go Gulfstream Park race 7, the number 4. Magic's going to go Santa Anita race 4, the number 4. And Papa Dude's got UAB +15.5. Get on it right now if you're watching.
Right. Well, wait.
Yeah. The live line is up and it is +16. So you can definitely bet this thing. And we'll see what happens. All right, this week we are 6-2-1, up $490, and for the year we're up $820. The two weeks here to start the year, and yes, a sweep yesterday, a 3-0 sweep yesterday. Papa Dude gets his with ease, never in doubt, and honestly, Magic and I's horses were never in doubt either. So that's how you want best bets to win. Hopefully, we can get 3 more today and get up over that $1,000 mark to kick off the year. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for watching. Everybody stay warm if you're in those cold places, like 99% of us are. And yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the NFL playoffs, and we'll see you back here next week.